Hey everybody, this is John with Crypto Networker News Channel. Hey, sorry, I gotta apologize. First off, I have been so busy. I have not shot a video in quite a while, but I wanted to bring you guys some really good news. I feel like this is good news, and it's the start of something that I think is going to be really big for crypto. So this article you have up here says CBOE files with SEC for Bitcoin ETF. Now, these are a lot of, for some of you, these might be a lot of what is CBOE, what is SEC, what is ETF. So basically, the CBOE is the Chicago Board of Options Exchange. The SEC is the Security Exchange Commission. That's the governing body for securities in the United States. And an ETF is an exchange traded fund. And I'll try to go through that a little bit, and I'll show you the significance of this article. So let me go through this article real quick, you guys. The United States Security Exchange Commission, the SEC, is examining an application from the Chicago Board for Options Exchange, the CBOE. Global markets in which improve could grant the company coveted Bitcoin ETF license and bring new waves of institutional investors into the Bitcoin arena. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for, right? We need regulation. I was so against SEC government regulations around the world, but everybody, I got to tell you, I think everybody's coming together now and saying, now instead of being against regulation in crypto, nobody wanted to touch, we didn't want anybody to touch our crypto. Now we're like, hey, please come into crypto and regulate this. The reason is, simply put, in 2017 we had a retail FOMO boom. We had basically we saw Bitcoin just soar up to over $19,000, in 1 year. So that was the retail sector. That really wasn't a lot. Didn't have a lot to do with the private sector or the institutional investors. Although it did have some the exchange, the CTF. Having it granted it as a Bitcoin as a commodity did help a little bit. The trading it of it. I'm sorry, the futures market of it. However, this is the big thing about this is once we have government regulation, and I'm going to read on to these because I really think these are really important articles to read. Once we have government regulation, we'll have, just like that last line in that first paragraph says, we'll bring in new waves of institutional investors into the Bitcoin arena. This is what we need for Bitcoin to move. Bitcoin right now, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market, the coin market cap. I mean, Bitcoin is just pathetic. It's really just vacillating. It's going up. It's staying around low to mid 6,000s, and it's just been doing this forever and ever. And it's like since the beginning of the year, a little bit of a run, a bull run, and then mostly a bear market. So you could see this is all time. Let's go to year to date here. Obviously, look, I mean this is just, it's sideways. So it's not doing anything, and it won't, right? It's not going to, until we get institutional investors involved in cryptocurrency, period. We're not going to see the volume that we had in the retail FOMO boom. We need institutional investors. The problem with why we need regulation is it's being manipulated. The CTFC already said that Bitcoin is being manipulated, and they're going after that, So without manipulation, we can have a steady growth in the market. Like in the stock market, without regulation, essentially, cryptocurrency is the wild, wild west, right? So with regulation in the stock market, it keeps, whales from coming in and manipulating the market constantly. Now, they still do some manipulation, but they have to be really careful how they do it, because one wrong move and the SEC is all over their trades. They have security. They're trading securities, so they have to have securities license, and they are watching that very closely. You could see some back in history where you've seen a lot of people arrested, even some big names like Martha Stewart for insider trading. You just can't do it. right now the cryptocurrency market's the wild, wild west, and we need some regulation. Now, the hearings I've been watching, which I'm not really going over in this video, but the ones I've been watching by our government, I'm in the United States, are pretty positive for the most part. They don't want to stifle innovation of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but they also realize they don't want people to get ripped off with constant scams like BitConnect issues and other type of cryptocurrency scams that were been out there. I can name a ton of them, but I'm not going to get into that. So let me read the rest of this article because it is pretty interesting. So this process of getting approved for the CBOE to get approved for ETFs began in June 2018 when the SEC recently saw comments from the industry professionals regarding the ETF in question, which is being offered by VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Trust, a joint venture between financial firms VanEck and SolidX. The application is the trust's third attempt to garner such a license. The first two attempts were rejected in early 2017, upon which the SEC released the following statement. Based on our record before it, the Commission believes that the significant markets for Bitcoin are unregulated. Therefore, the Commission does not find the proposed rule change to be consistent with the Exchange Act. The wild, wild west won't cut it. The SEC won't allow that. There's just more scams and more people get ripped off. So that's how I'm interpreting that. This is the third attempt for the CBOE to get this, and I think it's going to happen now. And I'll explain why in just a moment here. Let's read through this article. Based on the record before it, the Commission believes that significant markets for Bitcoin are unregulated. Therefore, the Commission does not find the proposal rule to be consistent with Exchange Act. Okay, that's their statement. The cryptocurrency space remains largely unmonitored, and the SEC has sought to take a firm stance to ensure consumer protection and safety. After much debate and speculation, however, officials recently decided both Bitcoin and Ethereum, despite its early pre-sale, now ICO status, were too decentralized to be considered securities and could not be regulated by the organization. Regulators of the SEC announced late in June they were working on an outline for a newer, less restrictive legislation regarding open-end, low-risk ETFs to increase innovation in the financial space. This could potentially boost the trust's chances, along with other ventures seeking to establish Bitcoin's ETFs in the future. Granted, the VanEck SolidX application moves forward. Clients will be able to purchase shares in the trust, which are worth approximately 25 Bitcoins at press time. Following a period of speculation from interested professionals, the application has been published for public viewing and commentary so regulators can better understand if the venture is worth acting on. The ETF, under normal market conditions, will use available offering proceeds to purchase the Bitcoin primarily in the OTC markets without being leveraged or exceeding relevant position limits. So the trust application reads, and it also states that the insurance policy will be set in place granted theft or cyber attacks occur. Thus, investors can rest assured their funds will be covered in event of a loss. This is where I think why they're going to approve it is because the insurance policy will carry a limits of $25 million in primary coverage and $100 million in excessive coverage. So they'll be insured funds, right? This is what the SEC wants. They want protection for the consumer. You don't want to give your money to a financial advisor and then put it into an unregulated, un-SEC regulated fund where it's a bunch of crooks, basically. So with that comes insurance. What do you can you guarantee me? Some of my money back, maybe in the form of an insurance policy, and that's basically what they're talking about here. So several financial giants have commented that the Bitcoin-based ETFs are crucial to financial innovation, with companies like J.P. Morgan calling them the holy grail for owners and investors back in February 2018. Should CBO's application be passed, client investment options will open in the first quarter of 2019. So this can come really quick. I don't think it will happen this year. Obviously, it's even if it gets approved, It's going to be somewhere the earliest, the first quarter of 2019. But I think if it does happen, we're going to get out of this total awful bear market really quick. And in my opinion, including listening to some other YouTubers and other industry experts in crypto, we could see Bitcoin way outdo the 2017 retail FOMO boom of 20,000. We could see 50,000, 100,000 plus in Bitcoin in 2019. And everybody knows when the market goes up, when Bitcoin goes up, all coins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, all coins go down. Look at the trends here. Let's look at Bitcoin here, and then look at all these. This is the top 10, top 20. Look at that. Nothing's performing well when Bitcoin. Unfortunately, everything's tied to the market in pairs with Bitcoin mostly. So just reading on, there's some more. I'm sorry this video might be long, but it's just I like going into details. And obviously, if you agree with me, like and subscribe. If you don't agree with me, at least give me a comment. I won't delete anything. Leave me a comment in the bottom of this. Tell me what you think. But here's another article here. This was a little bit earlier ago. This was last month, June 10th, where John Hyland, the global head of exchange traded products for Bitwise Asset Management, told ETF.com he believes Security Exchange Commission could approve cryptocurrency ETF. Hyland played a key role in developing commodities and oil ETFs, and his role in the CIO at United States Commodity Funds hopes to introduce some of the first crypto ETFs. Last year, Bitwise opened a private cryptocurrency fund. The SEC concerns are addressed. The SEC concerns are now addressed. There was a big thing about, are these securities? Are they, what is Ethereum going to be and whatnot? And they have addressed that recently. And now, if we go here, we could see that the cryptocurrency regulation update, this is July 2018, basically goes into the United States. SEC has determined that Ethereum is not a security. It's a utility, right? So, this is great news. This is all really good news here. I'm going to come back to this, but let me see this one more article right here. This is a more recent one from CCN. This was only a couple days ago. And it basically says the CBOE is the largest futures exchange, has filed for Bitcoin ETF in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to enable investors for in the public market for trade of Bitcoin. Guys, a regulated, SEC-regulated public market for Bitcoin is going to be huge, because the only thing stopping institutional investors right now, and they all have it on their whiteboard right now, the only thing stopping it is they want it to be regulated by the government. They cannot come in with their investor capital and into the wild west where there's lawlessness. There's no law protecting the consumer. And again, I flipped on this. I was not for the SEC. Leave our freaking crypto alone, right? Now, please bring it regulation in and do it quickly and do it the right way. So, I mean, I could read through these. Let's just go here. The Winklevoss brothers, if anybody knows the Winklevoss brothers, they're the ones that were involved in Facebook early on and sued Mark Zuckerberg for $60 million. They own Gemini. Their proposal was rejected. They're trying to get into the regulated market, and they will. I think we're going to see, hopefully this year, some legislation and some changes with the SEC and the CTFC regulation, government regulation. And this is going on all over the world, by the way. This is going on in Japan, is a big one. Russia had something going on. It's just regulations coming all over Asia. So they're trying to get it under control so the FUD goes away, right? And the funny thing about it is, let's go back to this article. There's really not a lot of FUD right now. So look at this. So this is all about regulation. So the first thing, the SEC says Ethereum's not a security. If it was, you couldn't trade it, you couldn't touch it without a securities license. Technically, you'd have to get some type of broker or license or whatever, So, and that would kind of probably kill the market, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Square receives a bit license from the state of New York. New York has one of the licenses that are required for virtual currency. And Square, one of the biggest money transmitter retail to retail store. I mean, I go into store after store that has Square readers. You stick your credit card in, your debit card in, they are going to accept Bitcoin. They're going to offer that to their merchants, right? Tether. This one's a little controversial, but Tether receives legal statement from full collateral. There were a lot of people saying that, I think Tether has $2.5 billion worth of market share right now, market cap, and do they really have $2.5 billion worth of assets to back that up? Basically, U.S. dollars, right? And this law firm, Freak, Sporkin, and Sullivan conducted analysis of Tether's financial status and issued a statement of confidence that Tether is fully collateralized, right? To be sure, this is not the same as a full audit. However, it's a positive piece of news for Tether and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So I won't read the whole thing, but basically, I mean, a lot of people say it's bullshit, and it could be, and they need to do more. But again, that's positive news. China explores possibility of digital currency. Russia classifies cryptocurrency as digital rights. For the most part, I didn't read through every one of these little detail. Most of this stuff is really good news, right? Really. So why is cryptocurrency shit right now? I mean, look at it. It's flat. It's dead. It's not dead. It's just, let's say it's trading sideways, right? Or doing this yo-yo thing. Oh, it looks like it's going to break 7,000. Now it goes back down and dumps again. This is probably purely manipulation by whales, by people who have, and companies that have, tens of thousands, 100,000 Bitcoin. So that's my opinion. I'm going to end this video here with that. But again, I truly believe this is the first step here. The CBOE files getting their ETF going. I think this is going to take Bitcoin to another level that we have never seen, and I sure hope so. I'm all in crypto. I'm bullish on crypto for the long term. I don't care what's going on. I know there are just too many big organizations, JP Morgan, and big banks and hedge funds. There's not a hedge fund or institutional investor out there that does not have cryptocurrency and Bitcoin on their whiteboard right now. And that was a quote by Matt Rozek, who quoted that. Look that one up in Google. But that's the truth. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And comment please on my videos. I'm going to try to keep you updated. Again, cryptocurrency has been just a shit trending, going nowhere kind of market lately. But I do have some other things. If you're looking to make some money with cryptocurrency and you don't want to trade, you don't want to get into all these crazy foreign exchanges, you don't want to kind of take a lot of risk, I want to invite you to a cryptocurrency mining company that I've teamed up with that is excellent. They are called AWS, and if you go to join AWS Mining, about AWS Mining, and there's a little info here about it. There's some videos. This is one of the most transparent companies that I've ever seen, and I have several mining accounts. This is cloud mining, by the way. So it's really easy to get in. It's as cheap as $40 to get started. You can see they're real companies. I've verified this. We are actually scheduled to go to Paraguay to see their facilities. They will allow you to go in their facilities and check it out. The payout schedule is fantastic. You could start as low as $40. They'll actually show you the daily and the weekly returns. Now you could see this is not huge, right? $40 is going to be 20 cents a day. But if you look at it, it's going to be a 200% ROI in the time frame of approximately 13.3 months, right? And for those who like to invest, you could see, you could double your money in a little bit more than a year. You can actually do more. They have an amazing affiliate program. If you like to refer people, it's completely optional. But check my new website out, joinawsmining.com, and you could register here free. You can contact me. I will reach out to you if you fill out this form, and reach back out to you and help you guys. We also have live webinars that you could join us at every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern at where'sthetime.com. And let me go to that one for you. Where S is where'sthetime.com. There we go. Where'sthetime.com. And you can actually, I'll probably link this over from my website. You could join us live. Me and my partner Josiah Kostek, we will do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We will show you the whole, this is a free webinar for you guys. You could join us live on these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just go here, register. It does use Zoom, so you'll download the Zoom app, and you could just check this out. It is free, and we will explain everything that we're doing, but with the cloud mining, how it pays out, how the affiliate program works, if you're interested in that. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and I'm looking forward to bringing you guys some more value content as it comes in. And this is John with Crypto Networker News. Have a great day.